Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. Welcome back and to part two of my January recap. So overall, red months, and overall had some issues with big red days. So big red days in trading are the enemy, and I had an issue with commissions too much trading. So we play a little game going forward. My max loss is actually going to be $25 on the day, which was the game plan going into January, but I broke my rules on Friday, which I kind of discussed in the previous video. Won't want to bore you with the details again. Um, but if I had adhered to my daily max loss, if we could go back in time, my month would, you can see here how it would have turned from a green month, sorry, a red month into a green month. Okay, so that's the difference maker. So it would have had a, a nice green month to report rather than the red month. So going forward into February, I do not want to see any days over $25. Red. If I hit my max loss on a day, then that's it. I get up and I walk away. I'm done for the day. Also, I'm focusing in on commissions. Spent way too much on commissions, as I do almost every month. So I'm putting a stop to that now. My limit on commissions per month is going to be $100. So that's about 100 executions over the course of a month. So I'm not like a scalper or high frequency trader of any kind. So with a bit of effort, that should work for me. As I've just put in over $245 over the limit there. So going into February, I want to have a clean month where I can keep my discipline for the full month and not lose discipline. And then that will take me into March. I started trading in March 2020, been trading on and off since then. So 2, 3, 4, that's 4 years. So I'll be going into year 5 trading, and I want to finish my 4th year on a good note where I'm able to limit my losses and stick to my rules throughout the course of a full month. So far I've used too many commissions really. The average commissions would work out at about, well, it's going to be a shorter month, but say about $5 or $6 per day in commission, so that's about 5 or 6 executions. I used 7 on Thursday and I think 10 on Friday, so it's a bit too much. My last trade on Friday as well was a trade I shouldn't have taken on INBS when I missed the initial move, and then I'm trying to get it later day when it's in a no man's land almost. So so looking at my months, these are my best trades in terms of P&L, and then these are my worst trades in terms of P&L. So TGL was my worst, and NEXI was my best. Again, another thing I'm focusing on going forward is the risk manager and the position sizing. So this is how I position size based on the price of the stock now and on how good the setup is, whether it's ideal or not. So therefore, I will not be having like random position sizes, and because if you're just taking random position sizes for each setup every time, then you don't really get consistent results. You just get random results. So I'll be able to have much more kind of measurable and trustworthy system. So that's what I've been refining um, on an ongoing basis. So it's a work in progress, but I've definitely made some improvements in January. So I'm happy with my progress. It's just about cutting out those big red days. So to get into some of we'll go through pattern performance first before I go into some trades and charts. So this is how I performed in January. Actually, I go to the monthly review first and just do some statistics here. The all Nasdaq, I didn't trade any OTCs. even though Fannie Mae was running, and IGPK I think was another one which I considered but didn't trade. And Nasdaq win rates is pretty much standard for my win rates, and overall P&L in the negative, a long 45%, short 40%. But I only took two short trades, one win and one loss, or maybe I took three. So average profit, you can see these numbers are in the negative overall. Average weekly P&L. So what else? Yeah, I just highlighted some of the mistakes. Made about 7 mistakes. Could have been more probably. There's a few trades that I can cut out of my game altogether that I probably didn't need to take. But the main issues were the revenge trading and some impulsive trading. Still, that's still an issue. So looking at pattern performance, we have listed longs and listed shorts, my setups. So three breakout trades to the value of $18 in profits, two panic dip buys, $10 in profits. Most of my trades were first green days. $58 isn't a lot for 10 trades. Isn't the best return in the world, but green is green. Scalp 62, that's pretty okay. And pre-market after hour trading, one big win, which was my biggest win of the month on NEXI. That was at the start of the month. NEXI, it ran later in the month and I missed it, but at the start of the month, but I took too much size on that. So if you're to look at the risk manager for a stock in the $4 to $7 range, I should only be taking about 60 shares max on that one. But I got on the right side of it, and it worked for me. So this was the trade. It was actually pre-market. I traded it. A lot of commissions used up, but overall the win more than made up for the commissions. But then I tried it then later in normal hours, but just kind of messed it up a small bit. I got a bit too early on the pull in the morning, and it got stopped out, even though it did ultimately go higher. Other trades, PHUN was a first green day. Trading it pretty late on here, but worked in my favor. That was after hours, I believe. No, that's a different day. Is it? No, that is the same day. 49. Yeah, it dumped hard after hours, so I'm glad I didn't have any ideas to swing that one. RVSN was another decent win, quite volatile, but took my profits there. I think I took a 7% win on that particular trade. It doesn't look like it's much there on the chart, but it was moving fast and there was quite a lot of range on it. So I was happy to just lock in safely, because you can see there's nasty action on some of these penny stocks. SGMT was actually my biggest percent win of the month, getting it I think in the 16s, selling in the 19s or something like that, 16s and the 18s. Biggest percent gain of the month. TGL was my biggest percent loss on the month. Yeah, TGL, this was my biggest loss on the month. I traded it pre-market, very early pre-market, which is about 10 o'clock Irish time. I had noticed a lot of these sub-dollar plays gap and run in the pre-market hours, and I wanted to see if maybe I could capitalize on some of it. But I chased this initially, then added, tried to average down a bit, and then let it run way too long. So I don't know what was going through my head that day, just poor discipline and trying to make something work when it clearly wasn't working, and not having a strict risk management on that one. So I'm going to avoid, generally speaking, pre-market trading. I'm just happy enough with the market hours that I have. I'm trading in the afternoon, Irish time. instead of the morning. So that's pretty much all I gotta say. I don't have too much else. I went through this um, quite a few times, and it's the video, there was some errors in it in terms of the picture quality. So I'm just going to close this out, and wish you a good month ahead. And like I said, my major objectives is to have a full clean month of February with uh, no major damage to my account. Keep growing the account slowly, keep the position sizing consistent, and reduce the overtrading, reduce the revenge trading and the impulsive trading, and should be able to come out nicely green if I can stick to those um, rules and if the market provides the opportunities. So thanks for tuning in. Hit like, subscribe if you enjoyed it. Leave any comments if you like. And thank you very much. Best of luck.